According to a recent leak of Federal Open Market Committee minutes, the Federal Reserve allegedly purchased 5 billion XRP tokens at an all-time high of $10,000 per, shocking the cryptocurrency community. If accurate, this development marks a fundamental change in the global financial system and establishes XRP as a vital asset supporting the introduction of the digital dollar. In contrast to normal market movements, this represents a strategic endorsement of RippleNet's technology as the foundation for the US Central Bank Digital Currency Initiative, rather than merely an investment choice. In all honesty, this story highlights the Fed's resolve to update monetary infrastructure while ignoring regulatory resistance, especially from the Securities and Exchange Commission. It is important to consider the context of this discovery. XRP has been enmeshed in uncertainty from the start of the SEC's case against Ripple, which has hindered institutional involvement and price growth. Despite being fake, the leaked document offers a thorough blueprint outlining the Federal Reserve's plans to include XRP into its framework for digital currency and reserve assets. According to the document, the Fed will pay holders $10,000, 0 cents per token for over-the-counter transactions. This would encourage institutional investors and larger-scale holders to hold and trade XRP aggressively, significantly changing the dynamics of the market. There is more to this move than just conjecture. The data alone makes a strong argument. Given that 5 billion XRP were bought for $10,000, 0 cents each, the estimates suggest that XRP alone has a $50 trillion 0 cents market capitalization. This amount is far more than the present market capitalization of Bitcoin, and to be honest, even exceeds the GDP of the majority of nations. The idea of a global monetary reset in which fiat currencies are replaced with blockchain-based digital assets that provide security, transparency, and those programmable money qualities that everyone talks about is consistent with this assessment. It represents the idea of a new financial era in which digital tokens run on decentralized networks will replace traditional currency issued by central banks. Furthermore, XRP is a great option due to its speed and scalability. It's crucial to consider the extensive ramifications for the global economy as well as the domestic economy in order to fully appreciate the scope of this change. Adopting XRP as the digital dollar's underlying asset would radically alter how transactions are handled globally, affecting both individuals and corporations. It would also change how monetary policy is carried out. Payments might become almost free and quick, whereas cross-border trade would quicken and remove obstacles that previously hindered economic expansion. Significant advancements in financial inclusion may potentially result from this shift, particularly in underdeveloped markets where traditional banking has historically been expensive and difficult to access. Institutional investors would also be exposed to a digital asset supported by the most potent central bank in the world, which would further legitimize and speed up adoption across industries and open the door for the emergence of new financial services and products. Crucially, this disclosure also shows how the SEC's attempts to impede XRP's advancement appear to have failed. The SEC has had difficulty putting together a cohesive and compelling case against Ripple and its digital asset, even after years of vigorous legal action and public declarations. As a result, there is increasing doubt regarding the agency's actual intentions and ability to effectively regulate the quickly changing cryptocurrency market. Clarity for holders of XRP and Ripple's business model has long been delayed by internal resistance inside the US regulatory system. Investors and businesses are unsure about the future of digital assets in America due to the complicated climate produced by competing interests among legislators, regulators, and industry leaders. However, the Federal Reserve's participation indicates a de facto official support, which would most likely compel the SEC to back down or drop its lawsuit. The entire regulatory environment surrounding cryptocurrencies may change as a result of this change in backing from a significant organization like the Fed. As big financial actors want for certainty before making large capital commitments to the cryptocurrency market, this expected regulatory clarification is a crucial catalyst that might unleash substantial institutional inflows. In the end, these changes are paving the way for XRP to overtake Bitcoin as the most valuable digital currency in terms of both market size and utility, ushering in a new era for the sector. This development creates a unique opportunity for XRP holders. Given the possibility of a $10,000 0 cents token valuation, even modest holdings might result in enormous riches. More than just a catchphrase, the idea of claiming your $10,000 0 cents XRP represents the potential for both long-term investors and early adopters to see genuinely unheard of gains as the financial system changes and the digital dollar is introduced. As the narrative develops, prospective investors should exercise caution. Look for reliable, well-resourced information, particularly in a financial environment that is changing swiftly and where rumors have the power to sway judgments. This is especially crucial in light of the document's dubious legitimacy and the abundance of rumors and false information in this field, which may readily confuse even seasoned experts. Technically speaking, RippleNet's infrastructure is in a unique position to satisfy the intricate and changing needs of central banks, offering reliable solutions for safe and effective transactions. It is the perfect platform for managing the enormous transaction volumes and regulatory requirements anticipated in a nationwide rollout of digital currency because of its demonstrated scalability, sophisticated compliance capabilities, and continuously low transaction costs. A solid and reliable basis for future cooperation on digital currency projects and possible Federal Reserve integration is also provided by Ripple's wide range of partnerships with financial institutions around the world, which show the technology's practicality, adaptability, and rising acceptance in the global banking industry. Such a significant step would undoubtedly have an impact on the larger crypto ecosystem, new bull market, and, to be honest, a wider adoption of decentralized financial protocols might be sparked by XRP's ascent to popularity, which would probably attract increased interest and investment in other digital assets and blockchain initiatives. Furthermore, this change may trigger regulatory reactions around the world, leading governments to either quicken their own digital currency projects or change their minds about regulating cryptocurrencies. It's also difficult to address the doubts and worries that surround this story. You know, like a typical strategy in the cryptocurrency market to encourage speculative trading is the use of fabricated documents and rumors to generate excitement over XRP's price swings. Although the community has certainly been motivated by the leak, investors should carefully consider all available information, be cautious of unsubstantiated claims, and concentrate on the important developments rather than the hype. The launch schedule for the digital dollar and the integration of XRPs are critical in the long run. Future Federal Reserve meetings and congressional debates, according to analysts, may offer more clarification or perhaps formal pronouncements. Within months, institutional interest, central bank adoption, and regulatory relief might all come together to significantly accelerate the price growth of XRP. In conclusion, the FOMC document leak represents the immense potential of XRP in the future of money, regardless of whether it is real or a part of a complex story. The prospect of a new global financial system based on blockchain technology is reflected in the thought that the Federal Reserve has purchased billions of XRP tokens at $10,000 cent each. This possible paradigm shift has the ability to change payment systems, generate wealth for holders, and shape the digital economy for many years to come. For the time being, market players need to remain alert, knowledgeable, and prepared to take action as this story progresses and new information becomes available. Disclaimer: this movie is solely meant to be informative and instructional. It isn't financial guidance. Before making any investing decisions, please conduct your own research and speak with a financial advisor.